Vai puna ke aloha nui o kāua e ka mea e nana me nei kia wikiō. O wau nei no ika aka mai. Mahalo for the space for me to share this ike on the new video ʻAuhea e ke Kumu. The music was composed, written, produced, mixed, mastered by Ika Akamai, and so is the video in the directing and the filming of everything. And yeah, I can't wait to share. So kind of like our other videos so far, just like Ha'awina Reggae, using Ike Kupuna in our new days. And for Pu'uvai Kahilike, we have this magic disappearing act and reappearing act. And we really want to just showcase the superpowers that our ancestors talk about in the mo'olelo. And so just like ʻAuhea came from a mo'olelo of Kalani Mai Nu'u, if you haven't seen that, go check out the link. That's a super good video also. We were really just thinking about how we can make this reality and show another supernatural aspect of this passing on of knowledge. So the original video was called ʻAuhea Oia Ke Kumu. You can go on YouTube and look that up. It's a 27-minute documentary that came out in 1990, and it was a time where Olelo Hawaii was on a resurgence, but there wasn't enough kumu out there. So this video is really a kahea to all the kumu to come through, because we have a bunch of keiki and we have a bunch of ohana and families that want to be educated through Hawaiian language medium, but there's not enough kumu. And so the education of our kumu was important, and that's why this video was put out. Here's a little clip if you haven't seen.
Nana wali ina mea lako I apo ai. Nana I na hua o lelo a lako I apo ai. Nana I ko lako ho'ohana ni na pilina o lelo. Nui na keiki I make ai e kumo mai make I maukula. A kano na e a ole lava na kumo. A he mea mina no ho'i na pono ke I mau keiki e. Hele makahiʻo no ke kula.
Mina no. Yeah, we're deeply saddened that we don't have enough kumu in the infrastructure of our Department of Education that can come through and provide a Hawaiian medium outlet for all these keiki. And that problem from 1990 is still till to this day. And we just want to encourage all the Hawaiian language speakers, all the people who want to learn Hawaiian language, that this is a career pathway that our community needs. And thus this was made, and Kama Aina Creations, mahalo to you, Aina Paikai. He was contracted by Kahakaʻula o Ke Eliko Lani to do an updated version of this called ʻAuhea o Kou e Nā Kumu. And a lot of the footage included in the video and included in the documentary is shot by Aina and some by Kanaio Kana to retell the story and to show how far the papahana has come, the holomua of the papahana until now. And it's truly a beautiful video. The release date is still under wraps. I know there's going to be a private showing at Aha Kaipuni on May 4th and 5th of 2024. But other than that, we're still not sure when the video is coming out. But I wanted to make sure all of this content was ready to support that. And so Aina asked me to write this song, ʻAuhea e ke Kumu, if you will, and with the intention of echoing the thoughts of this video, ʻAuhea e ke Kumu, and the new documentary that's going to be released. And so when thinking about how to put imagery to it, I know that we live in a time where people are stimulated not only by music, but by video. I wanted to have an imagery that really captures that passing on of knowledge from the student to the teacher and the teacher to the student especially. So upon reading this mo'olelo called from the book by Stillman, Hula Historical Perspectives, she tells us mo'olelo of kapo ula kina'u. Say it with me, kapo ula kina'u. and her company reached Niʻihau when the chief Halali'i was having a series of nightly entertainments, to which everyone is invited. Couple and her companions entered the house of amusement and were invited by the chief to sit by him. Couple possessed the chief by perching upon him in her wind form and chanted through him. The writer Manu says Kapo'ula Kina'u began this work of possessing a human being with her spirit in Ni'ihau. When the chief ended his chanting, Couple turned to her younger sister, Keevelani, mea mea mea, and the scene goes on. But this couple possessed the chief by perching upon him in her wind form and chanted through him. I could really relate, as I am a product of my community. I mahalo nui all the teachers, and we got songs about that. Mahalo, 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 all the pioneers of Hawaiian language revitalization and the various professors and mentors in my life. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So mahalo for all the ike and for inspiring new creatives in this world with a strong foundation in Olelo Hawaii and culture. But this perching upon him in her wind form, I couldn't help but think that it was kind of like how Kumu speak, and through the Olelo of the Haumana is where that happens. So there was some sort of, mystical aspect of this perching upon him in her wind form. But if we think literally, what's literally, maybe she taught him this. Maybe she, went through the mele with him, and it seemed as if her wind form. Or we can just go straight ho'okalakupua. She's an akua. She perched on him and she chanted through her wind form through him. And so when thinking about how we're gonna redo this music video, that was a super big influence on what I was thinking when writing the script. So the script of the video starts in a Hawaiian language linguistics grammar class, and we see the student not really grasping the concept as students do in that class. And it takes her explaining, it takes the Kumu's explaining, and to show the supernatural aspect, because I couldn't really show a wind form of couple or a wind form of the Kumu, I used her wila, yeah? Because something happens, when you're teaching and you really get a concept and your eyes light up. I feel like that's that wila. Yeah, that's that electric that lights in the eyes. There's like synapses firing in the neurons that are connecting, and you're understanding and you're grasping it, and you're going to take that and ace your tests, have an awesome performance, whatever you're going to do. But there's like an unseen thing with that wila. And so I wanted to capture all of these manaʻo and to show it in a video form in the music video. And eventually the haumana comes to and understands it. And it's through the council of the Kumu that happens. So if you'd like a script or the lyrics and the translation to the whole song and the dialogue in the beginning, here it is. There's also a link that only I can click on and it'll show up. All right. Yeah, so we have we have the translation, and then we have all the words to ʻAuhea ke Kumu with all the translation. Okay. This is also included in the link on our YouTube. So yeah, without further ado, let's watch this.
He mea nui ke kaʻina hune a me ka ʻike ana I kahi o nā hune a pau ma ka hopuna ʻōlelo. I mea hoʻi e kokua ai ma ka hoʻopaʻa ana, e noʻonoʻo kākou I ka panina o ke mele ea. Haʻina ia mai ana ka puana. A aia nā hune aʻau ma hope, a aia o wale ma mua o ka hune iai. Haʻina wale ia mai ana no hoʻi ka puana. E hoʻaʻo mai ʻoukou ma nā puʻulu.
So, aloha nui to all these students. These are all my interns that we all went to Kaho'olawe. And I could see that in this moment of them acting, these are not actors. They're all students. So, they really embodied what I wanted every student to do, which was attain this lesson. Ha'ina vale ia mai ana no ho'i kapuana. The sequence of particles, right? And in grammar, that's very important where everything goes to, really uphold the integrity of Olelo Hawaii. And you can see in this scene, Ku, she's not really getting it, but all her ho'opapa are. And it was interesting to see them actually learning this at this time. They actually had to sit down and learn this concept, and I don't know if they still remember it till this day, but it seemed in that moment where they were starting to fire and they were starting to realize, like, oh, we're learning this also. So, aloha nui, ia oko pakahia po, e ke alo, ke lina, ku, ka hea, ka haku, ka leo, ka imi, and ka leilani. Aloha nui.
Ano leila, he kokua ana ke ia haawina ka ina hune ma ke kuisa o ka la apopo. E ho'opa'a e nā hoa. Ia vai e ola I ka Olelo Hawaii. ʻAuhea.
E ke kumu, pa'aki ki lua ke ia haawina, ale hiki au, a ua pa'a koke I kou mau ho'opapa.
Pehea ke malama o he pana. Ha'ina wale ia mai ana no ho'i kapuana.
Ha'ina ia wale ana... Kumu, pa'aki ki.
E ho'omanawa nui e ke hoa. E ho'opa'ana au o I ke ia olelo. Ai mai ka I ana no.
Hiki no, Kumu, hiki no.
Again, showing that intention of the Kumu to really light up those neurons in the hamana to really understand the concept. We're starting here, and watch out for it. Can anybody identify where this is taken at? Ke kula kaiapuni o Lanai. That's right. The Hawaiian Immersion School in Lanai. And I chose this particular shot for this particular moment. I ike ia ke kanaka maka olelo e ho'opuka ia. Yeah, one shall be seen as a race, as a nation, as a person, by the language that they speak. And you'll see in the documentary that Simeona talks about him being a Japanese and Filipino, I believe. Japanese and Filipino. And he is not Hawaiian, but he knows how important Olelo Hawaii is to Hawaii. And that's a main thing, and that was actually highlighted in the original. Let's watch this.
Holo ke ia, a he mea maikai no na poe like ole ma Hawaii, a ole na poe Hawaii wale noa. A ole he mea lapu wale ka Olelo Hawaii. He mea I hiki ke ho'o na awao na keiki. Hiki ke ho'o na awao na poe a pau. Ua hana ia ma mua, mau haneli makahiki pau I halaku nei aka. Ke ho'o mai ke ia anu wā, manaʻo na poe a ole hiki ke a o maka Olelo Hawaii aka.
A ole la. Yeah, so we can see that a lot of the things from the previous video, from the original one, is still echoing all the way until today, and it's going to be highlighted in the new documentary. So watch out for that. Ho'o mau ia. So again, showing all the kula kaiapuni, what's happening in our Aukahi Olelo Hawaii in this Hawaiian language revitalization movement. And then kind of bringing us back to the story when the chorus hits and we see the students that already got the lesson, they're just jamming on the side. And we see Kahokuala or Ku still trying to get it. Over here we can see her trying with a beat. Yeah, she's embodying what the Kumu said, and we show the Kumu with that same beat saying the same olelo. And now we see here the budding of her attaining this lesson, and therefore the wila, the same wila of the Kumu in the maka of the hamana. Kula kaiapuni o Lahaina.
ʻAuhea oe ke kumu, ke hea kunei ko kaiaulu, Aukahi Hawaii. Meka mauli o la ona tupuna. Ke no ono o au, iku ukumumua, eia ka ia o ka makua, a he kule ana o ulu hanauna.
When I think about my first, sorry, that's the olelo there. Ke no ono o au, iku ukumumua, eia ka ia o ka makua. Yeah, when I think about what it was to have my first teacher, it was actually the parents, the adults in my life, and it was the makua. Yeah, so I also wanted to show that through the kalo, and and there's that responsibility to ho'oulu hanauna, yeah, to develop the generations, to cultivate generations, and here we're seeing generations of kalo being cultivated. Imagery. We're playing around with different scenes in this, and one of them was ʻAuhea cheating on the tests, and that's why in the credits he's the haumana apuka kuisa. So this scene was meant to be the end scene of this, yeah, showing the Kumu speaking ha'ina vale ia maiana no ho'i kapuana, and Ku fully obtaining the lesson and being able to showcase it through her mouth and later through the test or the kuisa. And we see that some students are also getting it, some maybe not, but that's just the magic of the maka wila. Big mahalo to all these people in the credits. You can go back and pause it and read who did what. Executive producer, executive director, Ika Akamai. Also big mahalo to Kama'aina Creations, Kahaka Ula o Ke Eli Kololani, and Kanaio Kana. And he mana hou ia o ke kiʻi onioni o ʻAuhea ʻoe e ke kumu no ka holomu o ka papahana a me kaka ko mau kumu o lelo Hawaii. Yeah, so this is just an updated this is reminding that this video is based on the upcoming documentary that's going to come out called ʻAuhea o Ko in Kumu, and just showcasing how far this program, this movement has gone, and how far our Kumu o lelo Hawaii have gone. So stay tuned. Please, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Ika Akamai on YouTube. And mahalo for being here. Mahalo for the space. Watch out because we get plenty more stuff coming. Aloha nui. Any questions and comments, please leave it in the comment section and I'll try my best to get to it. Other than that,